does Slavens do to help the environment?
We recycle and don't throw things away, so we don't get too crowded with trash, and we just live in trash, and we don't want to kill so much nature. Yeah.
Well, I know that we compost and recycle at lunch, and there's also a lot of recycling bins throughout the hallways in the entire school. And on top of that, in the classrooms, the teachers, they have paper towel recycler or composters, so that way you can do away with the paper towel waste. I guess we just took a test on Park that wasn't using paper instead of, so we used computers instead, and that's good.
In some classes, if like you mess up on a piece of paper, they like sometimes tell you to go on just the back so you don't waste paper.
We know that littering is horrible, and that we're trying to learn to reduce the amount of plastic we use. Well, okay, so I'm in this environmental elective, and we watch videos about how if a bird eats plastic, it can kill the bird, and the bird is sometimes prey for another animal, and that animal doesn't eat, it can kill that animal. So it kind of affects everything.
Right, yeah.
Maybe from the environmental class that I had this year, that was one of our electives. We learned a lot about the environment and the different things that can affect it. It's more of like in the Arctic, sort of how more of the ice can melt, causing like less animals to survive, sort of, because they're losing their habitat. Something that's really important to me is that we're very conscientious about it. We're thinking about it constantly. In middle school, you have the opportunity to be in a club where we think about this, and I feel like the fact that we care will really change it. And we're trying. We compost, we recycle. We're even trying to get solar panels. That's pretty cool. In middle school, there's a club. It's an environmental club, and we're doing a bake sale to try and get solar panels for our Slavens school. Now, it's pretty sunny out there, and I think it's a great idea.
Why do we compost and recycle? We compost and recycle because it's better for our environment than just throwing a bunch of trash into a landfill, because it goes, and all of the wild animals that there are, they get a hold of it, and it's really unhealthy for them.
Okay. Composting can, like food can break down and then be used for different things. Same with recycling, but it can be made into different things.
I learned that we have a lot of trash in our environment, and it makes animals sick and people sick.
It's important because of the animals, and it's also important for our future as a human species, because if we don't take good care of our earth, then we won't be able to survive here.
It's important that we compost and recycle to keep our earth clean.
Well, I think it's pretty important that we compost and recycle because it reduces the amount of waste we put into the earth. And if we put in more waste, it kind of affects everything that happens.
That we're more like saving the earth instead of hurting the earth. I think we should start having less of a dump than more of a dump.
What do you know about the climate change?
So, I don't exactly know what a climate change is.
Want me to tell you? Climate change is when our Earth, the Earth is getting hotter, the Earth's atmosphere, and so it's causing icebergs to melt, and that can cause flooding, and also the coral is dying, it's turning white.
Yeah.
So that is kind of a really bad environment for nature.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to flood nature and kill it.
Well, I know that climate change affects a lot of things, such as one of the main emissions that goes into the air that from climate change is CO2.
It's like trees, they help clean the air, but if they're all dead, then then it would be really, like, there would be a ton of gas everywhere and things.
I am worried about climate change because it affects me and it affects everybody that I know. Because if we don't do away with trash accordingly and how we're supposed to, then we're not going to have this earth for very much longer.
Yeah. So climate change is kind of when like the temperature rises and it affects animals.
It's changing?
It's because of I think it's because of all the energy that we're using.
Probably about all the energy.
Yeah.
Maybe in like the North Pole or something, maybe some ice or something might break down, so then more animals that live there might have less places to live.
A lot about climate change. It's very important and it's happening right now. For example, like our ice caps are melting, our climates are changing, and that's like affecting animals and their habitats. Our precipitation patterns are off, and also it's affecting like a lot more than what you'd think. So it's very important.
Are you worried about climate change?
Yes.
Why?
Because I just don't want everything to be water.
Yeah.
Like the whole world could sink into water and have huge floods.
Yeah. And then there would be humans.
We'd all drown.
For me, yes, for the animals, because I really like that we have animals in our earth, and I don't want to lose them.
Yes, if we don't do something soon, we will regret it later. That's later. All what's happening now is not only going to affect us, but it's going to affect later generations, like our kids, our grandkids. All of the later generations will be affected by our choices right now.
I feel happy that we win, but I just don't feel like killing any nature.
Yeah.